Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk about multi-purpose makeup products. You may not have a lot of time if you're getting ready in the morning or whenever it may be, or you may not have a lot of space in your bathroom or your vanity, or if you're traveling. So these specific products I have here just really stand out to me in terms of saving you in those areas. Some of these products here may be multitasking products, but I use them in other ways too. And some of these are just intended to be used in a totally different way. So I wanted to talk to you about these products today in hopes that this may help you out in saving you some time and space and just kind of streamlining your beauty routine in some kind of way. So let's get into the video. I have two different face palettes in this video. They are very different face palettes from each other, and I use each of them far beyond their intended purpose. So the first one is the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow. There are two versions of this palette. There is a deeper version, and I have the fair light version. This is pretty straightforward, and most people use this as it is intended. A bronze and glow palette. You have a beautiful bronzer and a highlight in here. The quality is superb. So really, you can knock two things out in one. However, I also use this as a contour because it's a very neutral shade. But if you're wanting to streamline your eye look as well, you can use this on your eyes too and get a great look. So I have used this highlight shade on my lids, my inner corner, my brow bone. It works out beautifully. And I use this bronzer all the time in my crease and underneath my lash line. And if you didn't want to use this on your lid, you could use a different one and done shade on your lid and use this for the rest of your eye look. And you are done. So you've got your bronzer, your contour, your highlight, and your eye look all in one palette. It's a very simple, streamlined look, but it's great for a natural, everyday look. And it's in a sleek, compact palette, and it has a decent sized mirror in it too. So this is definitely a great multitasker that goes far beyond the already multitasking abilities that it was intended for. The product I have on my lips today is a product that I use nearly every day in some way. It's not always the lip shade that I'm wearing, but it is used by me in some way. It just may be kind of hidden. So I'll get to that in a second. I do feel like these are probably one of my best discoveries ever because of what they do for my lips. I have had many of you ask me if I've had my lips done before when I've worn these because of how well they plump, and they don't tingle the way other lip plumpers do. I love these. I feel like they're under the radar. Not a lot of people talk about them. They're a hidden gem for sure. This is the City Lips Plumping Lip Gloss. The shade that I have on my lips today is called Pink Nude. And that's exactly what it is. It's a pink nude. The reason why this is a multitasking product is because it's not just a simple plumping lip gloss. There are multiple colors. I'll show you a few here today, but there are many more on the website. These are just some of my favorites. The pigment is really nice. They are not sticky. They do plump without tingling and giving you that weird sensation on your lips. But this is what I use nearly every day before I go in with any of my makeup. So I will sit down at my makeup table and put a light layer of this on and let it do its job while I'm doing the rest of my makeup. And then I'll kind of blot it off and go in with my lip liner and whatever lip product I am using that day. And my lips just have a plumper look throughout the day. I can also wear it as a lip gloss, and it has nourishing properties. So while it's doing good things for my lips aesthetically, it's also doing great things for my lips to nourish and condition them. It has hyaluronic acid, it has jojoba oil, it has peptides that support natural collagen production, and it has other oils in it that just do wonderful things. So it's kind of a lip balm, lip gloss, lip plumper all in one, and I love that I can do different things with it depending on how I want my lips to look that day. So today I have it on as a lip gloss over my lip liner, and I'm loving the look. And tomorrow I'll probably do what I usually do with it and have on a totally different lip color, a lipstick or something. I love these things. I will always keep them in my makeup stash. Okay, so these next two products are multitaskers. They're meant to be multitaskers, but I don't feel like people really use them to their full capability. So I'm going to show you both of them and then go over each of them individually. So I have here the NUDESTIX Nudies Matte All Over Bronze color in Sunkissed, and I have the Bite Multi-Stick in Cashew. There is a definite difference in tone in both of these, but I think both are pretty universal, yet neutral enough to work for many different skin tones and colorings as well. You do get more product with the NUDESTIX than you do with the Bite Beauty, and it is wider. So if you use the stick to apply it to your face, it's going to cover more area. But if you use it on your lips, it's obviously going to be more targeted if you use the Bite Beauty. I like to use my finger with these too to get a blotted effect. The NUDESTIX Nudies Matte does come in various shades. Both products do. The Sunkissed shade in particular, I love because it does give you that kind of sun-kissed bronzed look that has just a hint of pinkish reddish to it that just looks so good. It just gives you that summer look, and you can use it year round. It's very easy to blend out and it sets well. It lasts a long time. I do understand that if you're a little bit leery of cream or stick products, you might be nervous about using these on your face and your eyes, but both of these set down really well, even though they blend out well too. I don't notice greasiness or anything on my face when I use these. I love using this around the perimeter of my face, across my nose, on my cheeks, just to give that beautiful sun-kissed bronzy look. It's gorgeous year round. I also love it on my lips. It's a great tone. And on the eyes, you can use this on the lid and it doesn't look too red. I do find if you're uncomfortable with using this type of shade on your lid, using it lightly in the crease is super flattering. And then you can use a different shade on your lid. But this can be used on your eyes, cheeks, and lips successfully, as it should be, and it gives a very cohesive look when you coordinate those shades together. And I mean, if you're traveling, you cannot get much more streamlined than this. So talking about the Bite Beauty, this has a pinker tone to it, so you're not really going to want to use it all around the perimeter of your face, but this would be a great blush to use with the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow that we just talked about earlier. And you can also use this on your eyelids, and it's not too pink. Coordinating your cheek color with your eye color is a really cohesive look. It's really flattering. You can also, if you're uncomfortable with that, take it lightly in your crease. That works really well. If you haven't tried using your blush shade in your crease, try that. I think you would be surprised at how flattering that is, and using it on your lips as well. So this is another triple multitasking product that, again, I mean, you cannot get much more streamlined than this. This brush that I'm about to talk about, I almost didn't buy because, I don't know, it was a little bit pricey. And I wasn't sure if I was actually going to use it that much because I don't use many double-ended brushes. I like to stand my brushes up, but this is one that I do lay down flat in one of my drawers, and I don't mind because I use it all the time. I love it. It's one of my favorite brushes because it is so super soft. This is supposed to be a double duty type brush with the large powder end and then this, you know, smaller tapered end. However, in typical fashion, I use it for many, many other purposes, as I do with a lot of products that I have. That's just the way I roll. So I love using this for powder, but I also love using this for bronzer. And in a pinch, I have used this for blush. I don't usually like this big of a brush for blush, but it's so soft. I think that this end was designed for more targeted powder application, which is what I use it for, or underneath my eye as well as my eyelids. But I also use this for highlight. I've also used this for brush. I've used it for contour as well. This is a great multitasking brush if you want to streamline your makeup bag, streamline your vanity, or just have a great multitasking brush that you can use for various purposes. I have been known to bring a microfiber cloth with me or just use a towel and wipe it off in between what I'm doing during my makeup application and just use this brush before. It works beautifully. It is so soft. It washes well. It's been worth every penny. I feel like I go through runs with it. I'll use it a ton and then I'll play with my other brushes, but I always end up going back to it. This next product is probably one of the most important items that I have in my skincare arsenal and my makeup arsenal, because it is a little bit of both, actually. And that's one of the reasons why it is a multi-purpose product, but it's also a multi-purpose product for other reasons too. This is the Drunk Elephant D-Bronzi Anti-Pollution Sunshine Serum. Did I get that title right? Did. It's so long and I feel like I always get the title wrong. So this summer, when all of my foundations were too light for me, I just mixed in 1 pump or a half a pump of this to whatever foundation I needed, and my face matched beautifully to my neck and the rest of my body. It really saved me a ton of money this summer because I didn't have to go buy my correct shade of foundation. I just had this one bottle of this. It does seem maybe pricey up front, but it saved me so much money. This is meant to be a mix-in. I've heard of people trying to use it by itself and not really liking it. It's not designed to be used by itself. This is a bronzing serum that they actually tell you to use mixed in with your oil or moisturizer or skincare product to add some glow or bronze to the skin. And I find that it doesn't have, you know, too much of a sheen to it, and it doesn't alter the texture of what you are applying to your face. But I can also mix it in with primer or foundation, and it doesn't affect the wear or the finish of those products either. So this has been a truly beautiful multitasking product that has antioxidants in it, it has omega fatty acids in it, so it's got skincare benefits in it, which is important when you are concerned with anti-aging and skincare, but it just helps things look a little bit better when you're wanting to add a bit of a natural looking glow or help your face match your neck as well. So I feel like this is one of those products that will always live in my skincare or my makeup arsenal because it does a little bit of both. You can use it either way. I've tried to find a dupe of this for you. I cannot, because it seems like everything that I've tried either alters the texture or the wear of the makeup that I try to mix it with, or it has too much of a sheen to it. And none of the products that I try have the skincare benefits that this does either. So I'm gonna keep trying, but so far, this is it. It's time for the second palette of the video. A lot of you know what palette this is gonna be. It is a face palette, but I do not just use it for the face. I use it for the eyes and for the face. It is gorgeous. I do have a video where I show you how I use it for an entire look. I'll link that for you. I've hit pan on one of these shades and I have a significant dent in the other, which means I need to get a backup because you just don't know when things are going to be discontinued, and I will not be without this palette. This is the Smashbox Cali Contour palette. I feel like this is a palette where I'll see an influencer try it and they'll be skeptical and then they fall in love with it too. So I feel like I've been validated on this many, many times, and I have loved this, I feel like, since it launched. This has everything you need in it to get an eye look and a face look, even though it is only intended for a face look. You have a bronzer, a very universal shade of blush, a highlight, kind of a bronzy shimmery highlight, a contour, and then a setting powder, or you can use it as a brow bone highlight or to lighten your inner corner if you don't want to do a highlight there. And I will link you to my video where I use this on my eyes to get a complete eye look. But I have traveled with this with nothing else for my face other than, you know, my foundation and skin products and mascara and eyeliner, and that is literally all I have needed. So this is a face palette that had to go in this video because, number one, the quality is there. Number two, it is a beautiful, beautiful product that I think is extremely underrated. It is completely worth the money. Number three, am I on number three? It is one that sits on top of my vanity and I reach for it all the time, especially on days when I'm in a hurry. I pull this out and I can get it all done quickly. Number four, if you want to pack streamlined, this is your palette. Oh, and it's got a good mirror too. It's sturdy cardboard packaging, but I do wish it was just a little more solid, you know, a plastic or something other than the cardboard. But I have definitely gotten my money's worth out of this palette. I have used this constantly. This is probably my most used palette out of all of my palettes. Eye palettes, cheek palettes, any palette. I have a little itty bitty product here because I have the travel size because I wasn't sure if I was really gonna like it. This is kind of a surprise hit for me. I've talked about this in a video before, and I do love that they offered the small size so you can see if you like it or not. This is the Milk Makeup Lit Highlighter. Isn't it cute? It's so little. But you do get a ton of product in here, so you can kind of test it out if you're not really sure. This is a great product not only for your cheeks, but for your eyes as well. I sometimes like to go with a more natural, really glossy look on the eye, and this gives that to me. I find a lot of my stick highlighters are too light or gold or champagne-y or shimmery. This gives a really wet look, and it's just deep enough to where it works beautifully on the eyes too. So I've really been impressed with this because I initially thought that this was going to be too glimmery and have too much sheen, but it looks really natural, and I do just love the way it looks both on the eyes and on the face. It doesn't accentuate anything bad. It wears really well. And so I wanted to let you guys know that because I feel like Milk Makeup is marketed to a younger crowd. I mean, I know my 14-year-old loves this brand, so I just assumed this would not work on more mature skin, but I find this to be truly beautiful and truly natural looking, lit from within, that kind of wet highlighter, glowy skin look that I feel like most of us are trying to achieve from a highlighter rather than that beam me into space type of highlighter. And that is what this gives. This product had to be in this video because I use it every single day that I am wearing any kind of makeup, and sometimes even on days when I'm not wearing makeup. I have used it every day since I first discovered it. I think about 1.5 years ago. It may even be longer, but it is a multitasking product. And I think a lot of times when some people hear me talk about it, they see the price tag and they hear what it is and they only focus on one thing about it and they don't really realize everything that it does. So this is the Colorescience Total Eye 3-in-1 Renewal Therapy. So some people see it as being a peachy tone corrector with a high price tag, and that is not what it is. It is a corrector, yes, but it also has SPF 35. And I have dry textured under eyes, so I do not like taking my SPF, my facial SPF, underneath my eyes because it makes that texture even weirder. This is what I use for my SPF right underneath my eyes. And think about the one area of our face where we need SPF the most, probably is where we get the crow's feet and the wrinkles the most. So I am ensured when I apply this corrector exactly where I need it, that I am getting targeted SPF right there along with the correcting. And it also has ingredients in there to help with hydration and to address anti-aging concerns. So there's just a whole host of benefits in here that keep me coming back to it, and I swear the condition of my under eyes has improved since I've started using this. This does not take the place of my eye cream. It's in addition to my eye cream, so I still use all my skincare in the morning. This is the corrector that goes on before my concealer. And there are days when I'm wearing really light makeup that I can use it by itself because it does help. I do wish they would come out with some deeper shades though, because I can't imagine that this peachy tone works for really deep skin tones. They say it does, but I just don't know about that. But for me and my skin tone, and I know a lot of you, this works so well, and this is just such a beautiful multitasking product. It is meant to be a multitasking product, but it is one I wanted to kind of hone in on because I don't think a lot of people really realize all the benefits that it has. This next product is another product that I use multiple times a week. It lives on my vanity. It is one of those products that when I need a quick product, this is what I reach for. And it doesn't hurt that it has a huge mirror in it too. This is the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronzer in Tantastic. And you're probably saying, okay, that's a bronzer. What? Why? So I do use it as a bronzer, and it's great because it is so big and you get so much product in here. I mean, I don't even know, have I had this for 2 years? And I mean, it just keeps going strong, and I use this all the time. So there used to be a misprint on the Sephora website and on the Marc Jacobs site that said this only had 0.08 ounces in it. It actually has 0.8 ounces in it. So you do get a ton of product in here for your money. It will last you forever. I am not even close to hitting pan, and I do use this all the time. While this looks very warm, I think, in the pan. This is one of those more universal neutral shades that can also be used as contour. I find that when I use it with a fluffy brush as bronzer and then I take a more dense brush and use it quickly as contour, it looks natural. I don't need to reach for a different contour. So I can get ready with this pretty quickly. Sometimes I even pinch together my bronzer brush and just use it as contour with the same brush. And then I'll take a brush and use it as the transition shade of my eye, and then I'll pinch that brush and use it under my lash line. So I can get 4 purposes out of this product. And I do love it because it is so big. There are several bronzers that I have that can double as contour because they have that universal neutral shade factor going on with them. This one just came to mind the most because it is so big and so easy to use and quick that I wanted to include it in this video. Please let me know your multi-purpose products that you love down below. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you here as part of the family. And I do hope that you got something out of this video on multi-purpose products that do double, triple beauty. And I hope that maybe some of these will help save you time when you're getting ready and maybe some space if you are short on space. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.